All right, so one of the things that I read in 2022 was Diary of a Wimpy Kid 25 years later. And so which is of course an adult fanfic of about the series, the book series. So basically I was a fan of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid book series for a while. Like I read a bunch of the books. Like I stopped reading them after a while. Like when I get older, and like there's just so many of these things. Like they come out with them like two of them every year or something. Like they're on book 20 right now or something. Whatever. I mean, I don't know, but I have read a good bit of them. Like maybe 8 of them or 10 of them. And like I have to say, as a former fan of this series, like this fan fiction is unironically really good. Like I don't know who made this. I'm not aware of like the person who created the fanfic, but like they did a good job. Like they really did, because like honestly, like it feels like, because it really feels like this fan fiction could actually be canon. Like I mean, like, and there are just some really cool there's just some really cool Easter eggs and references to be found in this fanfic, like to the actual book series. Like for example, the diamond ring that Greg, in one of the books, Greg finds this diamond ring and hides it to basically take and use whenever he gets in a pinch in the future, possibly. And then he actually does that in this book, and it's just a really cool like reference to events that happen in the book series that like they didn't have to include, but it's just really cool to actually see that and see the actual connection to stuff that happened. And like I don't know, I just really like this book because it's just very there's just I keep calling it a book. It's not really a book, but it's just like fanfic. But anyway, I don't know. But anyway, so there's just something that's really interesting about like seeing characters from children's media grow up and having to deal with serious adult issues. Like it's so disturbingly entertaining, and like that's really like that's really why I like that's why I really like YouTube channels like for example A-OK. Have you guys ever watched A-OK? It's his YouTube channel. Look it up. Just type in A-OK. That's the actual name of the YouTube channel. But like which basically she does animations like basically about all these child characters in these children's show all grown up, and it's like it's really entertaining and funny, and you should definitely check it out. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, I really like stuff like that, and seeing all these characters and as adults and stuff, and having them deal with all these dark issues and situations, which obviously would never be covered in the book series, which was made by kids. But on top of that, like it's not just the other thing I like about this fanfic is that it's not just dark for the sake of being dark. Like it's not just see these characters in these horrible situations just because like we like to see characters be tortured, and it's like it feels very much like something someone like Greg, the character of Greg, would go through as an adult, because like I don't know, with him ending up in the situation which he does, and even like I don't know how people feel about this, but I'm guessing it was sort of a controversial take, which is that basically in this fanfic, it's revealed that Greg is actually gay. And the series is basically it's revealed that he likes men, and I mean but here's the thing. I think even though like people say it's contradicted in the books making Greg gay, because like Greg was straight in the books, and like but like here's the thing. I think it works because like even the books are from a biased perspective. Greg is writing them, and because like it works because like a lot of young people, what tends to happen is that a lot of young people in the LGBTQ community sort of live their lives in denial of their sexuality, and like sort of try to convince themselves that they are straight, and basically going back and actually revisiting the book series and like seeing all those times where Greg was trying to get girls in the books, like in with the idea that he was overcompensating the whole time. It is honestly like it's pretty interesting, because like it actually kind of sort of, with the way Greg is portrayed in the book series, it actually kind of makes you go, maybe that was the case. And it's just like it sort of makes you see the books and Greg's behavior in a whole new light, and I like that. It's sort of really interesting, and I feel like it did make sense as a story decision for this fanfic to go in, and I really liked sort of him having to deal with that and find that out about himself. I thought it was really interesting, cool, and again, feels like it could be canon, and it does make sense in the context of the series and him writing from a biased perspective, and us not really knowing if the events in the book are actually totally true. True. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, and also I really liked how in addition to Greg, how other characters were portrayed, like Roderick, who he's portrayed as this really mean punk in the books, when like in actuality he turns out a pretty all right guy with a normal life, a normal family, and like an successful career. Sorry, a successful career, and like I like that because it shows like obviously, like I was saying before, the books are written from a very biased perspective, and like Greg sort of portrays his brother in the books as like this just mean guy who's like totally trashy and has no prospects in life, and like and maybe certain aspects of that were true, like to how the character actually was when disregarding like Greg's sort of biased writings about him. But yeah, anyway, the fact that he actually turns out to be sort of this okay guy who makes it in life and is fine and normal, and it's cool because like teenagers, like they sort of a lot of teenagers, they go through that phase where they're very rebellious and like seem like they're like that, and the fact that this fan fiction is actually saying, oh no, Roderick actually he turned out fine, he had a relatively normal and successful life, that's pretty cool. And I liked how Greg actually sort of liked and admired his brother in this book, and sort of tried to and wanted to go to him for help when he felt like he was feeling down and stuff. It's really cool seeing that, and what you would like maybe not expect from reading the book series, but again, makes sense, and that's why I feel like this book could actually be canon and stuff. And I also love that like Roderick is portrayed like way more way better than he is in the original book series, whereas Manny's just a total evil piece of shit psychopath that is like literally burning his father's grave. Like, oh my gosh, that was great. That's so amazing because like a bunch of people joke about like Manny being this horrible kid, but obviously he's like 3 years old in the book series, like or I guess he ages over time, but maybe not, because like nobody ages in this book series apparently. But anyway, so they like Manny's just portrayed as this awful kid, this awful little kid in the book series, and like to see him get the exact opposite treatment of Roderick, where he's just portrayed as this like evil psychopath who's just like, oh my gosh, it was so good. I laughed so hard at it. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Yeah. So anyway, that was fucking great. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, like I said before, I stopped reading the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series around maybe like the 8th or 10th book, but there's so fucking many of them. But honestly, I think this fan-made story is probably the best place I could leave the series with. Like, I'm very satisfied with it. I mean, like, obviously it's not a very happy story. It's a very depressing story with like all the things that happen in it and all the things that Greg goes through, and like I don't know, there's just something so very depressingly satisfying about reading it. It just feels like I don't know, it just feels like if this were the point to end the series with, obviously it's non-canon because like it's just a fan-made piece, but like honestly, I would be okay with this being the actual ending of the book series. And like I thought it was good. I thought it was a really good, well-made fanfic, really well written, and feels like it could actually be the canon ending of the series. Like if obviously the author couldn't actually do something like this because it's a kid's series, and you would never be able to do something this dark. But I really liked it. I thought it was really good, really well written, really good fanfic. So yeah, if you're a Diary of a Wimpy Kid fan, definitely check it out. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I thought of Diary of a Wimpy Kid 25 years later. So yeah, if you have any thoughts, post down in the comments below. This has been the Aromantic Shipper, and as always, remember, just because you can't feel love doesn't mean you shouldn't want other people to. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and bye.